important aspects, I think, to take home from the chapter on the judiciary is the role of judicial review. One of the probably greatest points of agreement that you'll get among constitutional scholars is that the case Marbury versus Madison is probably the most important court case the Supreme Court has ever decided, including up till today. And the reason for that is because that is where the court, for the very first time, asserts its authority of judicial review to actually strike down popularly enacted legislation. And from the court's power of judicial review and the ability, or its assertion that it has the authority to strike down popularly enacted legislation, we get all sorts of debate about the actual power of the court and the role of the court in the separation of powers system. In Marbury versus Madison, the court establishes judicial review, and it has, in the judicial branch, at least widely accepted that it has the authority to interpret the Constitution. It's created a lot of friction between the judicial branch and the other branches of government. So, for instance, in 2010, during the President's State of the Union address, President Obama actually called out the court, which is a pretty unusual thing for the president to do, but basically said that in an important case that's referred to as Citizens United, it's the Federal Election Commission versus Citizens United, and it had to deal with campaign finance regulation. President Obama basically said the Supreme Court got it wrong. They got that case wrong. And at the time, he received an awful lot of criticism for making that remark at the State of the Union address. But video cameras that were televising the address also caught Justice Samuel Alito seeming to indicate that this was not true. It was not true that they had gotten Citizens United wrong. And this really highlighted the friction that might exist between the executive and the Supreme Court. But that kind of friction isn't going to go away. And so understanding how that process works and where they got the power, I think, is important in terms of understanding the debates about the court today.